usversusthebuff.com.
Like 20-something years ago, and Max could speak on this. The beauty of this now is that this art is accepted and merged in here, and all these men can sit around here. Back then, it was a defining art. It was the art of supremacy, and I speak only for my interpretation. There would have never been a TNSB if there wasn't a VO5. And when you speak about traditional artists in Wynwood and what they have sacrificed, you have to look at a guy that's been paying consistently from his inception, you know. And riding around one Saturday morning on a bodega and you see Boogie Down Bombers, Social, Max One, Doom. That shit for me was dope. And just me as a traditional artist from here, growing up as a kid around 35th Street, you know, hands down, when you speak about someone that has significantly put work in and has done more for scripted writing, wild style, and one-liners, and epic battles, you know, at one time, both of our crews. You know, JHP had a great thing, you know, the significance of what Max put into Symmetrics and piecing, just as my view, Max, you know what I'm saying? Your contribution, the Jackson General's Pride, Love 69, seeing the Doom piece. I was about, probably the summer of 82, early 83. You see this guy with like Neo Styles, a big Desert Eagle in his wetsuit. It's amazing, from alleys to under the bridges. And then what he has done and transcended to now, the entity that he is now, hands down, when you speak about Wynwood graffiti, you know, you cannot deny Max's his rightful reign, you know, especially at Scene 17. And the work speaks for itself, you know, and that's just my portion, because seeing him as a kid, you know, writing, seeing Shaking, seeing VO5, seeing ATA, you know what I'm saying, Seven, intermingling with Hat, you know, it's indicative that 20 years ago, the rifle pushed, like Joe was saying, every time you got toyed, it pushed you and elevated you to get better, you know what I'm saying? And the influence that this gentleman had in the Broward region, just like, you know, Can Master Crew, you know, it's important, binding, and like as a Wynwood native, right here where we stand now in this gallery, this was the border, what we considered as Wynwood. Everything else was different. So it's a very epic thing for the aerosol art form and what they call graffiti supposedly. You know, when I was a kid, they said, yo, you write, you're a writer, you get up. You know, that's what we used in that form. But contributions hands down, especially on the street, you know. 99, I see this kid shaking the marker on the Metro Rail, and I'm like, yo, is that a squirrel marker? And it happens to be this gentleman right here. Quake, you know. He filled me, you know, like in the 90s, along the road, seeing TSC, Quake, Atomic, I'm like, what the fuck, Earthquake, you know, shit like that. And I think it's beautiful, the merger of different artists, you know, and then, you know, as Max says, you know, it's a big portion for us to contribute all art, you know, as a community, and keep it thriving, you know. And the things that Chrome has done, you know, I met Chrome in a transition, and I told him, yo, homie, you keep me alive with all the writings, you know, and seeing that. And, you know, it's hard, you know, like I grew up around Snare and Splash, and what Snare contributed, especially around Scene and that, yo, man, hands down, you know, it's beautiful actually to see that we can sit down now, look at the past, and build for a broader horizon, especially this intermingling of art from both sides, you know. Hopefully it goes well, you know. This year's the year, you know, you make it or break it.
Those are my heroes. Those are the dudes who did it for me, and you know, nothing wrong with, you know, being hit to like what happened like in your city. You know what I'm saying? Like this wouldn't be like this if it wasn't for the people that laid the bricks down. When it wasn't popular, when it wasn't cool, when it wasn't like magazines, gun recognition. You know, there was no internet, not even photos.
Well, I think this just goes to show that, like, this is just the beginning. Like, I mean, if you've gone in the 80s and, like, you know, but you can see how, like, I mean, I work at the museum, and I don't think we can talk about any other art form for 3 hours now. Like, this really is, like, there's a lot to discuss. And, like, a lot, like, that can happen. And, like, really, like, you can talk about video art, or you can talk about painting or something, and people would already be bored. But, like, the graffiti thing is like, it's new and fresh, and like, it was, I mean, it basically, like, this was just like a stepping block. I mean, I really do feel like maybe 30 years from now, Wynwood and like Miami will just be like that much further, you know.
we're all from different areas, and they all brought it into one place.
Yeah, we got Sneak to thank for that as well.
None of us will be here.
Us versus the buff.com.